Watch this for 3 minutes. He talks about loot.
The money aspect wouldn't matter in your opinion, so you're neglecting that the average survival rate of players is more than likely well below 50%. And most players play in a group, so if you do kill people, you're probably gonna die more often than not in PvP. So why take the risk to get basically no benefit over safely looting the map and just letting other players run into you and killing them for free? Why would you go and chase PvP?
Bro.
The incentive isn't there.
Because that's not fun. Huh? PvP is absolute dog shit, mate. Do you think PvP is good in this game by sitting in a corner or camping an extract camping, and then on top of that you put peak content creation or entertainment is doing that? You know your game is a piece of dog shit. I'm sorry, bro. And it's no flame to the streamers that do that shit, but the reason why that shit is so popular now, because it's the best way to play the fucking game. That is literally peak content on Tarkov. It's literally extract camping and camping in a fucking tree, or camping on a door, or camping near where players run to, killing them and then leaving.
I mean, I kind of disagree on that. I mean, I know what Tigz is saying, but like, I know there's like a lot of content creators like do those kind of stuffs. I kind of do that. I don't really camp or like rat that much. I usually just scav, and whenever I like do like not chat scav runs, but whenever I see PMC, I usually like just rush them and try to fight them. So I'm not one of those guys, but that's why I'm not defending. I'm saying that I'm not defending them, but still, I don't think like Tigz is saying that that's the top-notch content. Cause to be honest, 90% of the viewers of Tarkov loves actual chats killing everyone in PvP. As you can see right now, let's actually check the Twitch, like how many people are watching real quick. I don't think a lot of people are streaming right now though. Category Tarkov. Where's Tarkov? Oh, Tarkov is so below. So if you look at right now, Chef GG. Okay, not Shift GG, but like Shift GG is on the top. Stankred is on the second. So he's a rat. I didn't really watch him, but I'm pretty sure you guys were always talking like he's a rat. But I'm pretty sure he does a lot of PvP too. That's what I heard of. And if you think about like Pestily is playing Darkest Dungeon, and then like who was it? Landmark. Those two are not campers or rats, as far as I know. I mean, the PvP in Tarkov is dog shit. I might agree with that, Roniel, but like, because Tigz talked about like that's the top content creation. I'm not trying to offend him or anything. You guys know that, right? But I'm just saying my opinion. Like Tigz saying that top-notch content creation is ratting and exfil camping or whatever. I don't think that's true. Like, you can literally see a lot more viewers are watching the normal PvP actions. Maybe Stankrat, I didn't really watch him that much. I can't see it from the names that much. I only know Stankrat and Exfil Camper. Is he streaming right now? Like only those two as like a famous Exfil Camper or a rat. And Hyper Red, yeah. But Hyper Red PvP's a lot too, if you think about it. Arca Breacher, please click. I'll click it later. But like, if you think about it, it's fun to watch like a couple of times, but after that, nobody really cares about them that much. I don't know about Stankrat that much, but I'm pretty sure he's not only ratting, he might be like killing all the Chaz like in a PvP way. That's what I'm guessing, because if you don't do that, people don't watch. So yeah, I don't agree on that one. So let's just keep watching.
Actually running around and like clearing shit and killing people for like good loot is just not worth it, man. It's not. That's why rank.
I mean, yeah, it's not worth it in the game because the looting and then everything else is kind of sucks. Even though you win the PvP, you don't get to sell the stuffs and everything. But he said it on the content creation side. That's why I said it. Okay, not trying to offend him or anything. Okay, gotta say that all the time.
Content is so popular now. There's nothing wrong with that content. It's just when that's the only content, it's not fun.
And on
Literally.
top of that, like I said, you get punished by the weight system for carrying player gear, because player gear is heavy and takes up lots of space on your character, so your raid is basically over, and then if you do run into more players, you're at a disadvantage because you're overweight. When if you picked up some small lightweight shit that's worth a bunch of money, like all the shit I have on me, you're not at a disadvantage when you do run into a player. Weight system being removed. The weight system is trash and shouldn't be in the game. It goes against all of the core
Holy based, what the fuck? Jesus.
mechanics of the game, and just punishes players for engaging with the basic mechanics of the game. It should not be.
Yeah, you know the crazy thing about weight system too, right? The craziest thing about weight system. You know when people bitch about like movement and like just not being able to move smoothly and stuff, and why inertia sucks? It's because of the weight system, bro. If the weight system wasn't in the game, inertia wouldn't be a problem, and neither would be fucking PvP and like when you're overweight or if you got an expensive gun like a.
I definitely agree with that. Like, PvP kind of sucks after you get heavy, especially when you get the bunch of loots. I definitely agree with that one with Tigz. I mean, I think everybody agrees with that. Okay.
A Lapua or some shit. Everything related to weight fucks your ergo and your ADS speed and stuff. It fucks all of that shit. And people don't acknowledge that that's what's causing it. It's not actually inertia, it's the weight system. People don't know that though.
If you want to make players like faster or slower, it should be tied to the gear that you're using and not the things that you pick up in raid. So if you're using a fucking big ass gun with like heavy armor, it should just have movement speed modifiers.
Yep.
Instead of.
Yeah, I agree with Landmark. I think it's Landmark, right? It's Landmark. Tigz reviewing Landmark, and I'm reviewing Tigz. This is the YouTube status, Twitch status.
Hey, you looted. Now you're slow and your ergo sucks dick. Have fun.
Yeah, I think I do agree with that part too. But like, the problem is this game is not an FPS game only. It's like FPS and looting. Isn't it like half and half? If it was like only FPS game, I would understand what he's saying. But it's not like that. So it's a rough estimation, but if we go with Landmark's advice and then change that to a thing, removing like random stuffs, picking random stuffs doesn't shit up your ergo. Isn't that exactly same as DMG? Doesn't DMG have that style, guys? DMG doesn't make you like any heavier even though you loot shit, but like if you have like heavy gears in the first place, you're heavy and a little bit slower, but if you loot stuff you don't get heavier. That's what I know of. I didn't play it like seriously. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think it's just aspect of the Tarkov, and like I don't know, maybe they can think about something else. If you have like heavy loot, you get to have like some other effects, maybe sound more, maybe not ergonomics. But like if you actually, this is a realistic game, right? If you actually get heavier, it's really hard to aim your gun because your weight is, I don't know. Let's see.
Makes no sense. What doesn't make no sense? The heavy, bro, you do realize, right? This gun, if I didn't have max strength, this is 8 kilograms. This gun is 5 kilograms. This armor's 9 kilograms. I don't know. Headset's half a kilogram. This backpack is, I don't know if that's because of the what's in it. 5k vest, right? All of this weight affects your inertia and how you move. The build-up time. It also affects when you do this. When you ADS, it affects this. You see that swing? That is because of the weight system. So the more weight I've got on me, the worse that swing is going to be.
So that's like a
horrible.
Ergonomic inertia. I didn't actually realize that much. I always like hip fire because I hate aiming. I suck at aiming.
Obviously, I don't really feel those things because I got max skills. But the average player that can only play 3 hours a day suffers from this shit massively, which is a problem too. Did you try and swing with a heavy ass gun IRL? Bro, this is a fucking game. It is a game. You can pick up.
I mean, now he's saying that it's because of his fucking game, and I definitely agree with that. it's a fucking game. It doesn't have to be too much realistic like what we talk about. Hey, if you hold the stuff, you're gonna be like difficult to actually actually swing a gun. Like it doesn't have to be that much. So it's really difficult to actually like choose between it's gonna be like a game like or actually like realistic enough. But I think all the vibes that the Tarkov has is what it makes eventually. But I think loosening some, like lowering the ergonomic debuffs from looting too much stuff might be a good idea to fix the game. But that's like a really trivial thing we can think of. Let's listen to it until the end.
A serve kit and pick your arm up off the floor, sew it back together again, get full HP back, shoot someone, wait a fucking golden star that gives you 5 minutes of pain relief. So when you get a blacked out leg, which is basically a limb fallen off,
game
you can
aspect.
still run on it, and you just take increased damage. Come on, bro. It's a game, man. It's a game for a reason, bro, to have fun. Not to, like, replicate what happens in real life. Like, sure, you can have aspects of, like, real life, which they do have. But trying to replicate it one-to-one is just silly. What's your opinion on a revive mechanic or like dragging your hurt teammate to cover? It would be cool, bro. But then you're always going to have the realistic Andes saying that like, oh, you shouldn't be able to revive someone that's died in raid or fucking shouldn't be able to do that shit, you know? Like, bro, what I would like, man, right? I'd like to be able to drag bodies of people that I've killed in-game and hide them. You know what I'm saying? Like, that'd be sick.
That would be fun.
Shit's cool as fuck, dude. But I don't know, man. People always get really upset about the realism side of things, I guess. I imagine you open a closet, there's just 5 dead dudes that you killed in raid. You'd be scared to death, bro. Imagine you open just a closet after you've been in raid for 20 minutes.
I would love to.
And there's just 5 dead players. You're like, what the fuck happened here? Dude, and I'll be honest, bro, I'm not against realistic shit, because I think it's cool as fuck that there's realistic stuff in the game, right? Like, I like that guns are, like, exact replicas of real life. Maybe not the recoil, but the attachments and shit, that's really cool, man. That shit's sick. And all the scopes and magazines and different calibers of rounds, like, that's sick, bro. But I'm not, like, fucking hoping that my PMC stumbles over a curb in the game, like I would in real life. Because it's a game, man.
That's why you can drop bags.
Okay, let's actually listen to that and check the chat. I haven't been reading the chat too much. I think you guys were fighting over the rat content a little bit. I think it is what it is about the rat content. Well, the game is like that. Like, if you not change the game, the content like ratting or exfil camping is gonna be like, is still there. Wait, wasn't there an exfil camp like prevention system where you get the fatigue for like 5,000 seconds or something? I don't know if it's not working anymore. And Souls, you said the point he is making is punishing playing people playing actively. Like, you kill 1 or 2 people, you become heavy and have to leave the raid, and chances are you might die to someone camping. Exactly, Souls. Like, exactly, he's pointing that out. I know, that's the point. The problem is, the game is built to be like that. The game's concept, the whole concept is that you gotta survive and extract. Not kill everyone and get big as fuck and then get rich. The whole game mechanic is to survive and extract. It's not PvP. I mean, it is PvP immersive and everything. I get it. But the game's concept is get into the desperate war zone, scavenge what you get, kill someone if he comes to the hindrance, loot maybe, and then dip as quick as possible or something like that. The whole game concept was that, wasn't it? Am I wrong? Was it PvP heavily based game from the start? Like, I think it's a little bit contradictory between the FPS game and the looting RPG aspect or whatever. I think those two are like combined, so it's 50-50%. But like some people who are really good at FPS and everything, like for example, Landmark or Tigz wants more PvP like benefits. I do agree with that because like FPS is still an FPS. But if you think about you play Tarkov, I think it's 50-50. So survive, extract, or looting FPS, 50-50-50. 25, 25, 25, 25. You get what I mean? Like, PvP is a big part, but it's actually only quarter of the game. And, like, Landmark and Tigz wants it to be the 99%. Then it won't be Tarkov anymore. It's just gonna be a random game which has an extraction feature only. Do you get what I mean? And XCOM said, I think he is just pointing out that the inertia isn't fair. Maybe remove inertia. Maybe removing inertia might make it better. They need to fix this desync. Desync is a problem. Like, nobody's gonna say that, oh, desync makes the PvP better or looting better or the game better. Nobody's gonna say that. That's just a fact. That's like no non-debatable thing. Yeah, I understand your point. Yeah, like, I'm not actually trying to make a point, but I'm trying to, like, see, like, how the game was made from the start. True, you have two kinds of players, the Chads and the Rats, and Scabs and PMC. Yeah, that too. But why are there two kinds of players? Because the game is built to be like that. If the game was like CSGO, there's no Chat and Rat, right? Right, guys? I agree so much on that. Yeah, fixing the desync is just a fact. There's nothing to debate about. I think everyone can have his own playstyle. Yeah, that's what I think too. If people like PvP, then let them PvP. If people like PvE, let them do. Yeah. But like what Tigz is saying is not that point, and what I was saying wasn't that point really. He was talking about the rats making contents and it's getting a lot of, attention. I think he kind of doesn't like the rat content and XPO camping content, which I don't like, if I get struck by that, but like, which I get hurt, like attacked by that, of course, if I die from the rats, if I die from the XP campers. But making content creation, I don't give a fuck. It's funny as hell sometimes if you watch it. But it seems like Tigz doesn't like that part that much. From what he says, I should be saying that too much, but like from the tone he says, it feels like he doesn't like it. That's why he's saying it, and also the realism in the game. Yeah. Okay. Well, I think that's about it until here. Let's listen a little bit more.
That's why you can drop bags. That doesn't change.
Everyone does not like that.
That doesn't change that the game punishes you. The game it's a looter shooter. The game literally punishes you for looting and shooting. It's so backwards. It makes no sense. Just think about that.
Yeah, you lose money every time you kill someone when you should be gaining money for.
Wait, what? What did Landmark say?
The game literally punishes you for looting and shooting. It's so backwards. It makes no sense. Just think about.
I mean, that kind of makes sense, but like if you loot and shoot just like not accessibly, but like normally just kill one people, loot one place and leave, I think that's like not that punishing. It's like average. But if you get greedier, it's punishing. Isn't the game how that works? The game mechanic.
About that.
Yeah, you lose money every time you kill someone when you should be gaining money for killing someone because they have good gear or they have gear that you could sell. That's why Fenrate sucks. But you know the one build grind chat. You know why that became a reality? I did the one build grind and everyone fucking started doing it because they realized that the game wasn't a PvP game anymore, and it was the most efficient way to stay on the game long term and cope. So I would do a 1 billion rubles of just only farming dead raids, because that's what the game was when they did that Fen raid update. And that was the only way you could have fun, because when you kill players, it just wasn't worth it if you were trying to make money, right?
I kind of agree with that. No, actually, I not kind of agree with that. I 100% agree with that. That might be the actual reason why I'm only a scab main. He's exactly like targeting me. I mean, I know he's not intentionally targeting me, but it's like coming into my heart. He's poking my heart, saying that, because like that's exactly why I'm a scab main. I don't want to PvP. I want to loot and dip. Get rich. but this info helps out the PvP players because they need money to do PvP. So I think it's like a what you guys call it? 생태계인데. 생태계. It's like an ecosystem. You know what I mean? It's like an ecosystem of PvPers and PvEers. Maybe PvP players might feel like, oh, this is such a disadvantage for PvPers. Why PvEers or like the rats and scavs get to have more benefits? Why PvP versus PvP doesn't get the most benefit? If it's like that, I don't think anyone's gonna play scavs. And also, I think the player pool is gonna be a lot smaller. For instance, I mean, it's a really small example, but if I'm a guy who's playing Tarkov and there's no scabbing or there's no ratting or exfil camping or whatever, I think like half of the players are gonna be gone, and the other half who loves to PvP is gonna be there to play the game. It's okay. That's the game, FPS game, original game. But if those are all gone, I think like half players are gone. I mean, for the game itself and the company, I don't think they will like that. Maybe I'm missing kind of point, but anyways, that's my opinion. I'll read the chat real quick. Founding Raid does kind of suck, but it did prevent the bunch of RMT shit. You guys know that, right? Like how are they gonna fix the RMT shit? Like, we need like a better substitute or better method. I'm really curious what Unity change will do. Like, wait, let's keep on to the topic at least. Like, I'm not gonna read the ones which is not on the topic, okay? With standard account, your stash can't even hold gear from 2 successful raids. Can't sell good gear for ruble and can't hold good gear to use later. Whack. No, that's not a whack. That's the pay-to-win method of BSG. It sounds like the game doesn't have pay-to-win source, but it is actually pay-to-win, guys. You finally realizing that? You thought this was like a pure innocent game which is like only developing hard and hard, but actually it's actually a lot of pay to win game. I mean, not like seriously like a gacha game or random box games, obviously, but you have to pay more to have better experience in the game. Just think about it. If you have EOD, if you have standard copy, would you be beating up the EOD player easier? No. Obviously, EOD players are going to have more benefits and they're going to beat you up. I mean, the skill issues and the experience and everything is going to add up, of course. But if two-person has the exact same experience and the skills, the EOD player is definitely going to beat up the standard player. So it is pay to win in some aspect, you know? Yeah, I think I read everything. Let's listen to it more.
Fun, but that was my point. I did one build for that exact reason, was because I didn't enjoy killing players because their gear wasn't worth it, and most of the time that I would fight players, I would probably die to some stupid shit that I can't control. No, sure, I would lose fights here and there, which is fair, right? But I would say most of the fights that I would lose nowadays are something I can't control, like desync, hit reg, cheaters.
Yeah, that's bullshit. I hate that.
That's why PvP sucks, and that's why I don't like Fen and Raid system. You think they should remove Fen and Raid? Yes, they should modify.
Wait. Why does that connect to founding raid system though? I mean, I guess he's saying in general the PvP sucks because of the founding raid system, and PvP sucks more because of the desync and the hit registration and everything. I think he's saying that, right? I think that's why he said founding raid sucks because and also the desync because of the desync and whatever. Okay, that's good.
Fen and Raid and make it quest only. Pesterly, I spoke to about it on his stream yesterday, and he agreed too. Pesterly agrees too, but that's a fucking good thing, man. And I'm pretty sure Landmark would agree as well. Everybody would benefit from the game having no Fen and Raid on gear. And what I mean by that is, right, if you don't break the game's economy, you don't allow people to sell their ammo that they've made on the flea market, right? And then that means then any armor or helmet you buy off the flea is still technically useful throughout the wipe. Now what happens if you hit level 15, right? then people are going to be like, oh, dude, I just hit level 15. I can just buy whatever armor I want now from the fucking flea market. That's true, but the markup of that armor compared to what it would be if you bought it from traders is going to be 3 times the price. So when people finally get through their quest to unlock these armors and shit, the price of those armors are going to be way cheaper than it would be if you're buying it off the flea market, right? But that's the thing. People that are level 15 won't have that money to just buy that gear because it's supply and demand. First of all, too, right, is that good gear like Slicks, Hex Grids, Gen 4s, Zabralos. If you found one of these in Raid, they're kind of rare to find. So when they're listed on the flea market, when other people are finding them, you got to think about the price that they're going to be set at because of how rare they are. They're going to be expensive, which is going to make people not buy them as soon as they hit level 15. Does that make sense?
But wasn't it like that already before? So it was perfect in old times? Like, I get it. I get all the points. Like, what he said is all true. But, like, we're not talking about the part... I'm not saying, like, Tigz is wrong or anything. But we're not talking about the part why Found in Raid was added. Do we have a solution for RMT or, like, some stuff that Found in Raid actually helped out to solve? Like, do we have an alternate solution for that? If there it is, I think Found in Raid system might be erased off. But another problem is that a lot of tasks we have actually is more like challenging and more fun because of the Found in Raid system, right? Don't you guys think so? If we don't have Found in Raid system, we will just go in naked and put everything in your fucking panties or like underwear or the secure container and just dip and then be like, okay, task done, 1 task done, task 2 done. I mean, the PvP tasks are not gonna be, you know, possible obviously by that way. But if we don't have the Found in Raid system, like all those quests are gonna be like just Kappa container thing, you know? He said Found in Raid for task only. Oh, he said that? Okay, my bad. Maybe my ear sucks. But like then the RMT part, did Found in Raid even get rid of RMT because it's still a problem? Yeah, Jank, I think it did a lot. It's just that there's always new ways. So you're saying that you shackled one part and then they found another way. So you unshackle the part you shackled? Do you know what I mean? Like, so RMT wasn't solved 100% because Found in Raid was here, so they found another way. But like, so okay, then Found in Raid didn't solve the whole problem. Let's unfound in Raid. Then the RMTers will be like, oh, okay, and go back to the normal way, like the older ways, you know. So yeah, we gotta like do something about that. I think I definitely agree that what he's saying though, the Found in Raid is making the game stale a lot. So it's just if you think about it, these are all because the fucking cheaters, cheaters and RMTers who's like making the game stale and bad. It's not the devs really. It's not the devs or the players. You know, definitely help many parts. Yeah, I think so. As long you have flea market, RMT will always be an issue. Yeah, I do think so. But like XCOM, won't there be like a lot more if the RMT, I mean the Found in Raid system is not here? The problem is BSG is making the game around cheaters instead of the actual game. What does that mean? Making the game around cheaters instead of the actual game? So you mean like they are focusing on too much cheaters rather than the actual game? I mean, then if like nobody is blaming on cheaters on BSG, I think BSG won't care about cheaters. You know? I get it. Yeah, Soul Slaughter, I get it. But aren't like 99% of the Tarkov players are blaming BSG for cheaters? They aren't focusing enough on cheaters, to be honest. You know? Instead of putting in a good ass anti-cheat, they are making it harder for legit players, in my opinion. Oh, okay. So there's a good anti-cheat we can use? There's a good anti-cheat we can use? Like more expensive ones? Like what was that game? I remember listening to that game. What was that game, guys? Like and also like Ghost Video talked about some anti-cheats too, but I don't think there's any actual game has like a perfect solution. Vanguard? But like there was so many people saying that Vanguard like intrudes into your like core system, like into your loot drive. Doesn't it do that? And like everybody was like, that's why I don't play Riot games or something like that. Cardinal, they have amazing anti-cheat. Vanguard is awful. See, it's not the total solution. There's already these. How many people are we here? Already, these 32 people are having like debate over like it's not that good. It's not good. It's that good or whatever. Cardinal 32, Cardinal based. That's what I heard. Super invasive. Yeah, like so. There's no ultimate solution. And if you think about the founding race system compared to that issue, the Cardinal invasive system, I think founding rate is not that bad. But if you think about the PvP, of course it's bad. But again, I think I gotta draw something, to like explain my point. I mean, it's just my opinion, guys. Okay, just listen to me. Where's the drawing thing? So, this is a fun stream. So, if this is Tarkov, half is FPS. I mean, half is FPS and PvP, maybe I should say that. And half is looting and PvP. How about that? Does that make sense to you guys? Does anyone agree with that? Isn't it like this? The Tarkov is? If it was a normal FPS game, it wasn't like this. But for Tarkov, I think it's like this. Founding rate is such a smaller problem than desync, but I mean, janky. Nobody's talking about desync right now. I mean, I actually kind of talk about it, but right now we're talking about founding rate. So again, founding rate is hurting FPS 50% of the game, right? But anti-cheat, founding rate system is doing that. But the cheat is hurting both part, PvP and looting, 100%. It's hurting the 100% of the game. So focusing on the cheat and sacrificing PvP a little is, I think, a little bit better. Do you know what I mean? Maybe they need to have a lock on founding raid. Then if you want to list it, you need to unlock it. Maybe that might be an alternate solution. Founding raid is not optional, but it is better than not having founding raid. Yeah, you guys know what I mean? Like, founding raid is made because of cheat. Right? And it affected the PvP badly. But it's only 15% of the part of the game. But fixing the cheat situation with the founding raid or whatever. Actually, RMT, was it? Cheat and RMT. Let's go cheat and RMT. Yeah, because cheat and RMT both affects the looting, PvE, and the FPS. Like, I mean, I might not be a professor, but as I said again, let's like organize this opinion. So cheat and RMT is affecting the whole game 100%. So they found a way to do founding rate system, and founding rate system is affecting the FPS PvP part too much. But that's only the 50% of the game. So in conclusion, founding rate system is benefiting a little bit more because it's preventing cheat and RMT a little bit more. You know what I mean? It's kind of complicated. I don't know how to like word it out easily for you guys to understand. So yeah, okay, let's just go on with that. And OGX, huh? You do 100 scavs. I like the idea of being able to buy stuff off of the Flea and then selling it for the higher price. That's actually another aspect of the game. Like, you know, like buying stuff cheaply and then selling stuff highly. That's like one of the games where all the RPG flea markets like struggle on. You mean fixing cheating RMT at that source will help the game overall because of the bandage fixes that were put in place to deal with cheating RMT are making the game worse? Yeah, kinda, but maybe I couldn't make you guys actually understand. Yeah, I don't think I made you guys understand. So again, one more time. I'll tell you guys one more time. You guys agree that Tarkov has aspect of PvP and looting, right? 50-50%. I mean, it might be more PvP based, but I'm gonna go like this because it's gonna be more difficult to understand. So there was a cheating and RMT problem. Cheat and RMT problem. To fix this, we made founding rate. Not me, but like PSG made founding rate. Cheat and RMT was affecting the whole game 100%. So they made the founding rate. Let's just color that a little bit different so it might be a little bit easier to understand. They made the founding rate system as a solution. But sadly, this solution is affecting the game FPS in a bad way. But it's only the 50% of the game. So mending 100% or hurting 50%, which one is better? You get what I mean? It's getting difficult and difficult. Mending 100% or fixing 50%. I know it sounds a little bit too much of a abbreviation or like assumptions and then like, you know, like putting into the numbers. But I feel like this. So having founding rate is better until we find a better solution. Okay, that's my opinion. I'll read the last for the janky. The bandage fixes were put to place to fix RMT cheating, but those fixes negatively impacted the looting FPS. No, it didn't impact the looting and FPS. It didn't impact here. Founding rate system didn't impact the PvE and looting. Did it? I don't think so. Did it? They should directly address RMT and cheaters so that they can reverse the crappy initial fixes. Yeah, Janky, you're not understanding me. And Salty, that's not me. There's a lot of imposters. Okay, let's listen to the rest of the video. I hope I made my point on that drawing.
Or no? So if also what happened then, it would be like supply and demand for the flea market. And because these items are already rare, you don't have to worry about breaking the economy. And then if you can't list ammo on the flea market, you don't have to worry about ammo destroying the economy either. But yeah, that's just the premise of it, man. Like realistically, chat, when you kill a boss in this game, let's exclude Killer for example, do you really get a slick off Gluha or Rashala? Not really. And another thing too, boys, slicks in this game are dog shit. People think slick.
Yeah, I kind of forgot what he was talking about. What Tigz is saying that even though we don't have founding rate system, the items which are rare is gonna be rare and expensive, so the market's not gonna be that much of a problem. But I still think there's gonna be a problem because there are guys with like big money and they will buy everything and then sell everything more expensive. You guys know those kind of things. Like, I'm sorry, Tigz, but you might have not played RPG games too much. But like the game which has RPG aspect like this, Tarkov, I think founding rate system is not that bad. Because if we can actually control the market, people can do that with a lot of money. The demand and like buying, the mechanism doesn't work anymore. You know, reselling will be bad. Yeah, reselling and like the items being rare, I get it, but like I definitely agree with that. But there are a lot of issues. So I think founding rate is pretty good. As more as he tells us and then I think about it, founding rate is a really like good idea. Except it kills the PvP a little because like non-founding raid systems are not that good as a PvPer, killing people and then looting them, and it's not founding raid, it's like worthless. I get that part.
Karmas are good. They're not.
Oh, come on, Time Tune. It's not Tigz. It's simply he's telling what he thinks, and then I agree a lot of things, but there's a little bit more if you think of. I'm just saying that. It's not an Tigz. He's not saying that this game is dog shit. Don't play this game. He's not saying that. Or he's just like saying random things with like nonsensible things. He's logical. I can understand. He's rational. I can understand what he's saying.
Some of the best armors in this game are armors that give you stomach protection and arm protection. But for some reason, bro, a lot of people still think that Slick and fucking Hex Grid...
It's funny. Time to, you're saying that streamers who play 9 hours a day to try to change a game, better for... But, like, I mean, I know what you mean, but everybody wants the game to be for their favor. Me too, I want Scav's storyline. I want PvP to be dead. Nah. PvP being dead is gonna be so like unfun. I think scabbing is more fun because there's PvP and scares. But like what you're saying is kind of obvious thing. People will definitely say which favors them more. Obviously, you haven't finished the video though. Yeah. I'm trying to watch it. Okay.
It is broken OP. But they don't understand how bullets work in Tarkov anymore. For example...
Yeah, Souls. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I don't know why you suddenly said that. Did I say something related to that? My hats are mushed again.
Whenever you guys see me buy a Slick, I sell it to traders instantly. I never use it. Because it never is giving you the effectiveness that it provides. Whenever you're in a fight with somebody in Tarkov and you got a tier 6 on, sure, if they hit you in the chest, it's going to be good against most bullets, right? But... the first thing that's getting shot in this game is your left arm, your right arm, and your stomach, right? Because people usually aim around this level. Now, if you think about recoil in the game, it's sporadic and you can't control it with most guns. So when you're shooting somebody, you're not just going to be constantly tapping them in the chest, right? You're going to be hitting arms, stomach, leg, arms again. Sometimes you might headshot them, sometimes you might thorax them. And the point is, Slick is only useful when you're getting shot in the chest. It's the worst armor in the game.
But I get that, but like, still isn't Slick pretty good? Like, I mean, I know I get the part where Slick sucks, but like, even though arms, if you get hit a lot of times in the arm, if you get like hit on arms on 3 times, you don't exactly die. But if you get hit on your thorax 3 times, you die. Isn't that the whole point of thorax protection? So I do agree with the point what Tigz is saying, but still like I shouldn't be saying it like this way. It's like confusing you guys too much. Slick is bad. He's right about that. Yeah, I do agree with that, but Slick has its place and it goes with the high speed playstyle. I remember wearing a Slick and dying instantly because he hit me in the stomach. Really? Okay, maybe it's because I'm not a heavy PvP player. I don't give a... I mean, I don't understand how the PvP mechanic works. I don't have like the high credibility about PvPing, so I will lean on to your opinions and Tig's opinion. I think Slick is a shit too, but I was thinking that it's not as bad as we talk.
The game. But the problem is, right, is a lot of players are new and I don't know, semi-experienced. Still have this expectation that armor is the best in the game. And they're not. But it's just like the rumor that's been around Tarkov for such a long time. Like, I don't know if you guys remember years ago, but do you remember when Slicks were like every single raid? Everyone was running Slick ult in every single raid.
It was like that?
The only reason, boys, why that armor was good back then was because blunt damage wasn't a thing, and when you got shot in the arm, you weren't taking massive modifier damage from the bullet that blacked out your limb. You would tank like 13, 14 shots in a black limb of like whatever bullet it was. But now when you get shot, when you get hit in a black limb, there's a massive modifier that kills you instantly. That's why sometimes when you're in a raid and you get blunt damage to death by a shit round, you're like, wait, how the fuck did I just die so fast with a tier 6 on? Because you get shot in the same place in a black limb.
Okay.
That wasn't in the
because
game,
of the blunt
and it wasn't
damage.
as effective
Okay.
as it was as it is
Yeah,
now.
it's just me being noob. The blunt damage will definitely make Slick the shittiest armor in the game. Okay, understood.
People don't understand that because it's hard to explain to people that don't understand, you know. But that's pretty much why people think like these armors are really good. It's because they're under the misconception of previous wipes and aren't educated on the fact that BSG made big changes to limbs and shit like that in the past. Yeah, Hexgrid's the same too, bro. I sell all that shit, man. I sell all of it, bro. What are you saying? I would sell them, yeah. Unless you want to collect them because they look cool. I've done that before. But I mean, realistically, when have you come in my stream the past 2 years and watched me run Slicks and Hexgrids? You never do. You rarely watch me wear them unless it's like a viewer kit. I'm either running like TV 110, a cheap tier 4 that covers my stomach, Ospreys which covers my arms, or something very, very budget most of the time. Or Zabralo. I never really run Slicks, Hexgrids, or Zucks and shit like that because they're not that good anymore. Okay, the reason why I run TV 110 though, Feldster, is because it's cheap, it gives you a lot of slots, and it helps you against scabs if you get thorax.
I just thought of something again. Like, he's saying that Slicks and 6 class armors were good. The small 6 class armors were good. But because of the changes that BSG made, now it kind of sucks. Nobody actually uses it. Only the noobs use it. I think almost every aspect of Tarkov is like that right now. Like, Founding race system too. When there was no founding race system, people would play their style, and then all of the sudden, the founding race system has been added because of BSG changed their mind. So now everybody's angry at founding race system, similar to they're angry at Slick and all the other armors. Like, it kind of feels to me like the game is changing, and people are not just agreeing with the changes. You know? Do you know what I mean? Like, I mean, overall, they do make sense and everything, but if you look from a little bit more further away, the game's giving changes, and we just gotta get on with it. I mean, if it's not like absurd, like making all of a sudden tier 6 armor the game fucking invincible or something like that, just it's just the changes that's happening, and then like it's becoming like the old knowledge non-usable, and like things feel like wars. People gotta just admit that. I think the new players won't like give a fuck about what's happening or whatnot. I just kind of feel like that. Just wanted to mention that before. You guys are talking a lot of stuff. Okay, I'll just keep on with the video. I think this video is going too far. Or let's read the comments real quick. Let's read the chat real quick. Why am I streaming if I'm not reading that? Who was it? Enemy Dwarf. He literally says some things are bad for people who can't play a lot. Yeah, he did say that. Some they also said that they want to be able to loot and not make you heavier. Ergo penalties. It doesn't affect people like him because he has max skills, but the casual players it is bad. Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, Tarkov is not aimed for the casual player. I'm pretty sure they're still aiming for casual players for as at least a little, because they don't want to have only like really like hardcore players playing only, because they don't pay anymore. Tarkov developers at least are doing hard to make casual players to play. I think that's why they're adding Tarkov Arena. Yeah, I think it's like that, Enemy Dwarf. I know what you mean, but I feel like Tarkov wants to expand their franchise and get more people especially the casual players. That's why the Tarkov Arena is being added. Gluten-free. People are not learning the changes as well. But that's BSG's fault, because they do not explain 90% of the mechanic in the game. I definitely agree with that. But that's why a lot of people are talking about it. It's as I said before, it's like the politicians using people, hiding the truth, and shuffling people's mind, the people's mind rather than politicians. They won't tell the truth. They won't tell you what changes they made, and let the people fight each other. Like right now, I'm not fighting with Tigz, but I'm debating with this video right now. Like, this is total waste, actually. If you think about it, it's definitely. I always blame BSG for that. And time 2, he basically wants it to be so you can carry more loot without consequences, which is stupid. I mean, he didn't say it like that. He did give a sense of what you just said. It's too long. I don't think I'm gonna read all that. Then why are you upset? And I don't think he's upset. Tarkov Arena is a quarantine for the casuals. Maybe. I think Arena is to help people stop fearing PvP. That's what you think. I mean, like, I mean, I'm spitting out the stuffs what I think too, but I think in general sense it's because they want more people to play the game, right? Why Arena is being added. I don't think it's only the hardcore players gonna play Arena. If it was like that, it would have been a lot more hardcore-ish gameplays they are gonna add. You know, he hasn't gotten there yet, is it? I'm gonna watch the whole thing. It's not just BSG. A lot of games actually don't explain mechanics. It's the game design issue. Yeah, I agree with that. But BSG has a little bit more notorious, you know, infamous, how should I say it? Yeah, the reputation over it. I'm not gonna lie, guys. Actually, not. That's not a good example. Okay, let's move on. Holy shit! Reading the chat is more difficult than like trying to say my opinion.
It still sucks because it doesn't have sniper protection, but for its price, it's a good budget armor. It's been like this for a long time. Selling a Hexer for 70k feels so wrong for how rare it is. Exactly. That's why when Fern and Raid is not in the game, you could sell that on the flea market for $500,000. Because that's what they usually go for. Even though it's not technically good, the rarity of the item is what makes it expensive, bro. Even if it's not that good. Like I said, getting the effectiveness out of those armors.
And guys, you guys gotta know that like I'm trying to like debate more because like if I just say watch like Tigz video and watch your chat and say you're right, you're right, it's gonna be like, what's the point of me talking, you know? That's why I'm trying to like make sense out of the stuffs and then like debate a little, okay? I'm not trying to offend you guys or anyone.
It's like crazy
or
rare
Tigz or
to
anyone.
happen. That's why arm protection and stun protection are god tier. And that's just pretty much how it is. But obviously people don't have that knowledge, right? Really hard to explain to people that are very stubborn. That's why I never post about that shit, man.
In real life, would you run around with 70 kilograms and run into fights? Let me ask you this. In real life, would you rub Vaseline on your lips so when you get shot, you can still run around with half of your fucking leg hanging off? And then you pick up the fucking armor and helmets and guns and ammo from the people that you kill to store in your fucking underground sex dungeon?
Oh well, Tigz just said that in the front of the video.
So that when you die, you respawn and can equip the gear from the people that you...
So the realistic of the game is just a meme for me or like most of the people, but some people think that the game has to be really realistic and they forget about some parts. You gotta eat and shit and pee too. You gotta sleep too, actually. Like if you want the game to be realistic, maybe play Scum. I saw a Scum you need to pee and shit and sleep, you know, survival games. It's just a meme about realistic. The realistic makes the game a little bit more immersive, and that's about it. The game is a game.
Slayed? I don't think that's how it works IRL either, right?
True. Imagine saying that to a guy that's got like fucking 500 guns in the background, bro. It's not realistic. Holy shit, dude.
But to complete your quests, you need to find and extract with them. But if they did that, they would have to change the personal limits. Like, I think ideally they would have to make unlimited purchases. Like, there's no global trade limits, but there's personal limits on them. So that if people want to buy and sell the ammo on the flea market, there's a trade-off of like, hey, you can buy, you know, fucking...
Okay, so Landmark thinks you should be able to sell ammo on flea market. I think it would be fine if the prices were extortionate. But I don't know how the fuck they're going to make the prices extortionate enough. Personally, I think ammo shouldn't be on the flea market at all. If you kill someone that's got 3 Stanag magazines and 995, and you try and sell it to Flea, you shouldn't be able to. I think the only value of ammo should be when you get it and keep it in your inventory to use it for another day. Because before we had these issues and before the community was just a completely different audience, the thing that broke the game the most was actually the economy of ammo. but we never spoke about it that much because people always thought it was other shit. Ammo is what really fucked the game and made it really boring after 2 months. Because you could get good shit within like a month, and then every single armor in the game became irrelevant. Helmets became relevant, M61 was prominent, SVD ammo. Like, that's my point, right? So, I don't agree with Landmark here, but you shouldn't be able to resell any ammo on the flea market. And any...
I mean, I don't have too much opinion about the ammo being sold in Flea or not, because I have no clue what will do what. But from what Tigz just said, it would be a lot better if we have like class 15. Do you know what I mean? The game's gonna be so difficult, but like there's like a 15 penetration ammo and like there's a 20 tier 20 armor. You guys get what I mean? If it was like that variety, maybe the game can be fun for a little bit longer, because he just said if you have the best ammo, you can just like all the armors are irrelevant and the game becomes unfun. So why not extend the gear tiers and the ammo tiers to like fucking 100, you know? There's one ammo which does like 1 pen, and there's another ammo which does like 100 tier 100 pen. That's like Monster Hunter actually. Hunter rank 100, you know? Like make the game like that. Maybe if the wipe doesn't happen anymore, maybe they will actually make it like that. I don't know. All right.
Any ammo you get from killing someone shouldn't be sellable either. You should be happy that you found the 995 because you can keep it in your inventory because it's good ammo. But you shouldn't be able to sell it for money, in my opinion. Because if you do, the economy just gets fucked. Gear becomes irrelevant again, and we're back to like 12.2. You know what I'm saying? Ammo the way it is right now, as much as I hate it and I want to run other guns, it's good. And I hate to say that, but it is. It is good. It doesn't stop armor. It makes armors be useful to an extent. And some helmets. So that's good. But at the same time, they could increase the personal limit that you get from the traders to make it more encouraging to do your quests to unlock that ammo. Which is what I would do.
that's
not like a crazy amount, but enough.
Oh, I agree with that.
Some ammo should definitely be craft only. Like M61 and shit. I don't think you guys realize how broken those rounds are. But that, other than
like it is kind of like that right now. They're kind of fixing it to be like that, it seems.
That, boys, like armor, helmets, fucking vests, magazines, attachments, backpacks, all of that shit. Let it go on the flea market, bro. It's not gonna hurt the economy. Because like I said, as long as you can't buy from traders and fucking resell like some of the high tier shit, then I don't think it's an issue, right? Like if I, like for example, right, let's say I buy a slick, let's say I buy an Osprey rig from the trader for $1,300, and then I try and list it on the flea market for $1,700, so I can make money off the dudes that haven't unlocked the trader yet. You shouldn't be able to do that, in my opinion. I think you should be able to buy it and use the gear, go into raid, and then if someone has the rig that they bought from the traders, then you should be able to resell it because you got it from killing the person that bought it. Then you can sell it. But my point is that all they got to do is put a restriction on this, right? Stop people from buying like a magazine or an armor and then just instantly flipping it onto the flea. Fuck that. Only make it like, I know this sounds really dumb, but if, okay, 2 dudes go and raid, okay? I buy an Osprey rig, he buys an Osprey rig. We go and raid, one of us dies. If he picks up my Osprey rig from my dead body, then he can put that on the flea market because he got it in a raid. Now, sure, you're going to have people do...
So, Tigz is talking about like reverse founding raid system, which is kind of an interesting concept. That would be fun, but it's going to be too complicated for the players to understand what the fuck is happening. It's interesting concept, I get that. Like, and it might be actually better than founding raid system. Oh god, it's so difficult, this game. Okay, I'll read the chat real quick. Oh my god, this is so long. You could get BP from Grenadier early as fuck last wipe. Yeah, I think the fix they did on the BP ammo is a pretty good fix they did. I think people who don't have the time should be able to get access to all ammo or top. Your wording's kind of weird. You're saying that everybody should have access to all ammo, or are you saying only the guy who cannot play the game much enough should get the access to all ammo? Because that's gonna be unfair, obviously. I don't think it's gonna work like that, enemy dwarf. guess that's what they are trying to do with the armor plate. Yeah, maybe the 100 class armor, what I just said, I think you're talking about that. I think the armor classes are based on real life. Lieutenant, we're going back to this part where this game is a game, not the real life, you know? 90 pieces in 3 mags, and I need to wait fucking 2 hours. Yeah! Actually, from that also, XCOM, it feels like they're focusing more on the casual players. You know, the casual players will be like crafting the ammo and then, you know what, I gotta craft this ammo for fucking 2 hours. I'm not gonna play the game for 2 hours. I'm gonna do something else, you know? You know what I mean, XCOM? Guys, the hardcore players who needs good ammo should be playing scabs. You can get those ammos. I'm kind of joking on that one. Okay. If an item is selling like crazy, trades should automatically increase their price for that item. That would be fun mechanic, but I don't know if like BSG is gonna add it. There's gonna be so many bug issues or whatever. That would be a good mechanic if there it is. You know, demand and what's that we call it? The market mechanism. Demand and conquer. No, it's not like that. Maybe trader lock the ammo instead of locking the good ones after 8 quest. I think it's gonna be similar. I don't know. I didn't think it really like that. But isn't it almost similar, the level or the task or whatever? I think it's more unique to have ammos locked behind the task more than level. Level is just simply just killing. Will make your level go up, you know?
Maybe, and do some cheesy shit like that. But is it really worth wasting 3 minutes to like try and flip some armor on a flea market? Probably not.
Supply and demand,
to be honest with you. You're probably just wasting your time playing the game if you do that shit. And even then, I don't think it would hurt the game. But I don't know, man. Do you guys get where I'm coming from with that? You should be able to list shit that you get from in raid. I don't think you should be able to buy from traders though and flip it. And shit, I know this might sound like a bad idea. If you are really, really worried about people getting armor. Okay, so like, just make a situation, okay, boys? Let's say I buy an Osprey rig. My enemy buys an Osprey rig. We go and raid as teammates on separate queue servers. I kill him, take his Osprey rig, leave the raid and list it on the flea market for 800k to abuse the system, right? What you could do is you could put a time limit on that armor that I found in raid to delay that person from trying to flip it to make instant money. That way then, you can still make money from killing people. It's just there's a timer in between the armor.
I'm trying to listen to Tigz, but I think it's too complicated for me now. So it's like a reverse found in raid, but they gotta like prevent the fucking abusers too. So put a time limit on it. It's so complicated. I don't think like coding that is that's actually the second problem. Players needs to understand. Like it's similar to making YouTube videos. I make a YouTube video, but if the viewer doesn't understand what the fuck it is, it's worthless. You know what I mean? Like, even though there's a system like that which is good and everything, but if the player doesn't understand, I think it's gonna be not useful. So I think it's too complicated. I don't understand. Even the found and raid system is already complicated. Enemy dwarf, you are right. However, they need to decide where the line is between IRL mechanics and equipment and game. Yeah, obviously, and they already decided it. Enemy dwarf, they already decided it, and then we are just blaming them for not being to be realistic enough or like a game enough. BSG has already decided the IRL or not boundaries. We are the guys who's like asking for more IRL or more or less IRL, you know what I mean? No one mentioned the horrible stamina system. Stamina system sucks and like I hate it too, but I think that's why the game is unique and everything. Where our PMCs can only run 15 minutes. Yeah, I know what you mean. I hate that, but like I think the game is unique because of that. If you can like and actually enemy dwarf, it's out of the context a little bit, but if you actually run around with the full gear for 50 meters, you will run out of breath if you're a PMC. Maybe a guy who got trained or really good, actually maybe never mind. I was a soldier. I used to do that. It was damn difficult. I ran out of breath in 50 meters or 100 meters a lot. That's why I said it. But if it was like a really well-trained PMC, maybe, I don't know. But they are ex-PMCs. The weight and stamina system rewards going into raids with light gear. Do I have to list it up? Should we just go to main issue and PvP? Like this part is like getting too difficult for me. I'll speed up a little. Yeah, this is taking too much time. Sorry, Tigz.
That you've got. You just store it in a stash until then. That way then people wouldn't just go and raid the cheese trader menu or trader items, the flea market. Does that make sense? I mean, it's kind of shit, but it would stop people from trying to cheese it. I don't think you need that. Well, people will cheese it though. That's the thing, right? People will go and raid, go with like 4 armors, let their homie kill him. The homie picks up 4 armors, leaves around and flips on the flea market. Is it really much of a big deal? Probably not. But then you would, if you did put a timer on it, it wouldn't be that big of a problem, right? I'm not fun. No, it's not even that I want to do that. It's just people are going to argue if you can go and raid, get someone's gear that they bought from traders after killing them, and then instantly list on the market. People are going to be like, oh, you can just boost it, bro. You can just boost it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not really a big issue, but people will complain about that shit, I'm sure. It may break the economy. Well, okay, so let's say we go and raid now and I kill Gluha. Now let's say I kill Rashala, yeah? Rashala usually has dog shit armor and so do his goons. It's like tier 4 shit. It's not that good. Most ammos go through that shit. It's just okay, yeah? When realistically do you get a Zuck or a Zabralo or a Slick off those bosses? Especially early white, by the way, when bosses are like 6% spawn rate.
Right.
You're seeing bosses like once every 20 raids, if you're lucky. Then by the time you've got to the bosses, they're either cracked as fuck and they kill you, or someone else has killed them and left the raid, right? So you combine those two things together, you're not going to break the economy with armors being sold on the flea market from bosses, because there's hardly going to be any in supply. And what that means is the low supply will increase the price of these armors. So if someone like me that's level 15, I'm a Timmy, goes, you know, at level 15, I got flea market, right? Oh dude, I can just buy a Slick off the fucking market for 400k. It wouldn't matter, bro, because the prices of those items will be so fucking expensive. You wouldn't have to worry about people getting meta god tier gear because of how low the spawn rates are. The spawn rates will alone just set the rate of the item's price and make it super expensive, if that makes sense. Obviously, as the white progresses, that will naturally change because there's more people farming, there's more things dropping, but that's a good thing. As the white match progresses, you want more things to drop because the meta of the game and the progression also speeds up, right? More people hit max level traders, the more people get access to more ammo and more gear and more guns. That's fine, right? Like that's my point though. It's like level 15, if you can't buy the ammo, that's fine. But everything else, I think you should be able to buy off the flea for killing people.
Your M62 ammo and use it, or you can sell it for money.
See, I don't like the idea of this. Landmark's saying here, like buying the ammo from traders and then flipping it. I feel like you shouldn't be able to do that, in my opinion.
Can't just buy 4,000 rounds of like some random thing and buy out the market and then relist it all. They would have to tweak that because that's what we ran into in the past. Which would also give a good incentive, like, hey, if you did your quests, like...
See, I literally said that. Look, it gives more people motivation to go do their quest, unlock rare armors, unlock rare ammo, because you make money on this shit. Like, that is kind of fucking smart, dude.
If you don't do all the quests and you're new to the game, you can still get access to the better ammos.
It's just very expensive.
You're rewarded for doing the quests and unlocking them because you can get it cheaper or profit off of reselling it. I feel like that would be fair.
Actually, slow flipping, I hate that shit. You shouldn't be able to buy a slew and flip it. I don't think you should be able to flip. As much as I love that shit, I don't think you should be able to just buy and flip it. Maybe put a time limit on it if you want to sell it. But the premise of it is you go and raid, you kill someone, you get their armor, you sell it on the flea, you make some good fucking money. PvP becomes relevant again. Moving on the map actually becomes relevant. Like I said, boys, if most of Tarkov's content nowadays is ratting and extra camping for entertainment, you know something's fucked with this game. That's not fun. Sure, it might be fun to watch.
He's talking about it again. I think all of a sudden I just thought about it. If Arena comes out, these all might be just gone. All the PvP lovers are just gonna go to Arena and all the PvEers are gonna stay on Tarkov. Maybe? In the ideal world, maybe? I don't know. It's coming back to the content creator part and the other stuff. Let's listen to it again. A little bit slower down. I think it's too fast. 1.25.
Most of Tarkov's content nowadays is ratting and extra camping for entertainment. You know something's fucked with this game. That's not fun. Sure, it might be fun to watch. Sure, and it might be fun to do it sometimes. But that's not a good example for a game, bro, in my opinion. Tarkov is at its best when you're in an active fight with multiple different players, and it is hectic as fuck in a raid. Literally. Like, good example of that is when you went to Customs and Dorm's Mark Dream had really good...
Again, I don't really agree with Tigz on that part. Like, if it's only PvP with bunch of other players, okay, then we should just remove the looting part. Just remove the looting part, and if you get a lot of kill, you suddenly like stack up the money, you know, with the kill like a bounty system. If you go back to the trader with the dog tag, they will reward you a bunch of money. Just remove all the looting part. Everything, and then just do the PvP. It's gonna be a totally different game, in my opinion. I mean, he's not saying that, but yeah, let's go.
Good gear. It made people want to buy the key or find it, and it made people want to move to go to Marked Room to get something good inside the Marked Room, and that naturally brought PvP to that area of the map, and it made it fun. And then shit, what about if you got bored of fucking Customs because everyone was shitting on you? Dude, go to Interchange. You go Kibat, Ultra Medical, Tech Stores, L11SR. When all these rooms had good loot, it made people want to move and a reason to go get shit and PvP. But the great part is, right? The great part is, you don't have to go do that if you don't want to. You could avoid people if you wanted to and go pick up the scraps. Like this guy.
Wait, isn't it like that right now? Wait, did I miss something?
and it made people want to move to go to marked room to get something good inside the marked room. And that Tarkov is at its best when you're in an active fight with multiple different players, and it is hectic as fucking a raid. Literally. Like, good example of that is when you went to customs and Dorm's marked room had really good gear. It made people want to buy the key or find it, and it made people want to move to go to marked room to get something good inside the marked room. And that naturally brought PvP to that area of the map, and it made it fun.
Yeah, maybe the customs marked room is kind of nerfed a lot, but isn't like Streets of Tarkov marked room like that right now, isn't it?
And then shit, what about if you got bored of fucking
Thank you, Guilty Hollow.
customs because everyone was shitting on you? Dude, go to Interchange. You go Kibat, Ultra Medical, Tech Stores, L11SR. When all these rooms had good loot, it made people want to move and a reason to go get shit and PvP. But the great part is, right? The great part is, you don't have to go do that if you don't want to. You could avoid people if you wanted to and go pick up the scraps.
Isn't it like that right
He doesn't want that though. He hates Rubillionaires. He said that on his podcast though, bro. But then you can go fucking farm labs and make 3 mil a raid, or you can go farm streets on a scav and make 4 mil. Like, come on, bro. Scav street runs right now is the best money in Tarkov, easily. There's no better money method than scavving fucking streets. You
Yeah, I agree with
that.
that.
That is busted. I hope they listen, man. I know Pestley agrees, so hopefully they do.
It's busted. I mean, more and more I listen to it, it's too much PvP based he's talking about, which is totally fine because he's a PvP based player a lot. But like, kind of feels like it might be better to play some other game. Tarkov is already like that. Maybe they will fix it like that, more heavily PvP based game. Maybe Tarkov will change to that. But in my opinion, the game looks like it's going towards more, you know, more and more less to PvP heavy based. It's more like hybrid, and also it feels like Nikita and others are the developers are kind of pushing you to play scavs more. You know, for me as a content creation, you know, perspective is a little bit better for me, obviously. But I'm not saying that it's the game is going to the perfect way, but the game is going its way anyways. So like, I mean, maybe he said like Pesty agrees with him, and then like the BSG might like listen to this video and then change. You know, like they already done a couple of things like this before. Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure they might do that, but I don't know. The game, as I said, I think the game is 50% FPS, 50% looting. But as far as I heard from Tigz, I think he wants the FPS to be like at least like 80%, not 50%. And I think if I say this directly to him, he will say this game is not 50% game. But like in my opinion, it seems like it's a 50% game. That's why they built this game. If this game was like just FPS, then it would be the fucking same games as COD or whatever, you know? Yeah. No hard feelings, okay?
Bro. I personally think it would save the game too, man. It would save the game and it would make it a lot better. And one more thing I'll put to this as well, okay? The reason why Tarkov sucks fucking balls right now when you fight people as well, because half of the shit you're dying to is shit you can't control, right? Or someone's cheating. That adds to the element of not wanting to play the game anymore.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with that part. Not like more making it PvP based. I don't think that's the like solution of the game, but like what he's just saying right now, the desync and the fucking cheaters, that is what making game really hard to enjoy.
And one more thing I'll put to this as well, okay? The reason why Tarkov sucks fucking balls right now when you fight people as well, because half of the shit you're dying to is shit you can't control, right? Or someone's cheating.
Desync.
That adds to the element of
Cheating.
not wanting to play the game anymore because of how hardcore it is. If you're able to make money from killing other players again, instantly, you're going to like push off the fact that you've died to desync or a cheater way more than you would right now. You'd be like, you know what? Sure, I got cheated on that.
Oh, I get his point. So if the PvP is more rewarding, people won't care about desync and cheater, like not won't care, but less care about it. And then we'll be happy to PvP more. I guess he has point on that, but that doesn't seem like a good solution. I mean, it does make sense. Like if like PvP is more rewarding, people will just forget about the cheats and the desyncs a lot more. I get the point, but I don't think it's gonna make the game better. I think it's gonna develop more bigger cheats, more bigger issues, in my opinion. It's not the truth or fact, it's just my opinion. I think the cheat's gonna be developed more because it's more challenging, more PvP based, more and more and more, and then people want to be rewarded more to PvP and more cheaters are gonna be generated because PvP, they get shit on the PvP and be angry at the game and more cheaters gonna be happening. Just my opinion, not the truth or fact, okay?
Rate. It fucking sucks. I gotta make a new kit, but at least it's not as hardcore and it's not as punishing because I know if I kill someone that's got decent gear next raid, I can grab that shit, sell it on the flea market, and get my money back. But that's the problem, right? If you want to get the money back from the loadout you just lost from a cheater, you have to fucking sit there, go through a raid, pick up this, pick up that, find this key, which by the way is probably 3 mil on the market. Boom, loot this shit, and then also by the time you get at the raid, there's probably someone extract camping or rat in that area of the map. Then that's where the game becomes a fucking drain, right? That's the problem. But if PvP is profitable, everybody, regardless of playstyle, rat and extract camping, playing fast, everybody benefits from that shit. And if you don't want to PvP, you can avoid it, bro. You can just avoid the you know, areas where there's good loot, and then problem solved. Everyone benefits from that system. And I guarantee you, even if desync is still dog shit and hit reg and cheaters are still dog shit, people would care half as less if that was a reality in this game. I guarantee it. I care so much now because of how fucking how fucking AIDS it is when you die. Making a new loadout is horrible. If I could go kill a dude with a fucking if I had a KS-23 and I killed a guy with a fucking full juice kit and I sold his shit in the flea market, that one raid that I died some bullshit, I wouldn't care about half as much, mate. Straight up. Like, I'm not going to speak for everyone when I say this, okay? But most people, I would say, that play Tarkov, and I'm only saying this based off analytics from, like, when I play raids on different servers, and when a wipe progresses through its 6-month wipe cycle, and I can see the drop-off of players, most people quit this game when they get max level traders, which is level 42, and once they get kappa. After that, I would say most of the guys that have done that quit, go into Pestility stream or Landmark stream, and be like, yo, when's wipe? Take a few month break. And that's pretty true, right? The only way you stop that from happening is by making PvP rewarding and keep giving people a reason to stay on the game because there's entertainment there. Once you get past that, like, I'm not saying there isn't people that still have fun past those achievements, because I'm sure there is. People just like the game for immersion, which is fine, and all that stuff. But I would argue a lot of people do quit after they achieve these goals. And the only way that you can keep those goals there is by making PvP profitable and engaging, and making raids insane, giving bosses good gear, giving loot rooms good gear, giving people a reason to you know, move around in raids. But like that's just the way I see it. Like, and then you obviously it's represented through me when I'm playing the game. I can tell when the game doesn't have many players because the servers become dead. So if Fen and Raid wasn't in the game and shit, and they modified it to make it quest only, you would see a lot more people play through a full length of wipe instead of quitting after 2 to 3 months and being like, yo, when's wipe, bro? I'm kind of bored. Because the entertainment would be in the game by just killing people, right? PvP, like fucking, you know, you just be, I don't know. We had it years ago, man. Literally. It's kind of hard to explain, but we had it years ago. Wipes would last way longer because PvP was fun.
I mean, I don't know how to sum this up. Like, I did make the points as much as possible. I agree majority of what he's saying, but I'm gonna make the parts where I think it's not the part that I agree with. I think the first one was the first one I can remember is that PvP becoming better will make people forget about desync and cheater situations. I mean, I kind of agree with that, but if you think it in a different perspective, I think PvP becoming better and the better players, PvP becoming better. I mean, of course, the PvP needs to become better. But yeah, this I agree. But this part, I don't think it's gonna be like that because it will end up people becoming more cheaters. I mean, it's a really difficult situation. PvP needs to become better, obviously. But that making people forget about desync and cheater situations, no. I think it's gonna be more. People are gonna be more angry at desync, more angry at cheaters because the PvP is so good that if the desync happens, it's gonna be such a rare case and also such a enraging case, and also the cheaters, the people who get shit on because of the PvP getting better will turn into cheater or leave the game or whatever. I don't really completely agree with this part, but PvP does needs to get better. Yeah, it's kind of weird opinion, but and also he kind of talked about Oh, I forgot the problem. I forgot the part. I think about it in my head, but I kind of forgot about it while I was listening to him. Ah, it was like something about stabbing, looting. I can't remember it. Hey, this Arek, thank you for the 100 beats, man. Thank you. Realism, Fountain Raid. The Fountain Raid system, I kind of talked about it. Fountain Raid system is consequence from RMT and cheater prevention. If you think about Fountain Raid system is attacking the PvP perspective, but RMT and the cheater prevention, cheater situation was attacking the PvP and PvE and looting. So I think the RMT and cheater has more portion of damaging. So I think Fountain Raid system is actually helping a little bit more because it's having less issues. It's really hard to how to like word it out, this one. But I think if we don't, yeah, I'll just sum it up like this: if we don't find an alternative solution, I think if a Fountain Raid system is good right now. Fountain Raid system is good. He did say Fountain Raid system only in quest. That would be not bad. I think Fountain Raid system only in quest. I think that might be actually better than the right now system. There was like the biggest one I was thinking, like I really disagree with him. I forgot what it was exactly. The main issue. Oh, I remembered. I remembered. Tigz is talking about if content creation is good by doing ratting or exfil camping, you know something's wrong with this game. Did he say it like that? Let's listen to him again one more time.
Listen, man, Anu personally agrees, so hopefully they do, bro. I personally think it would save the game too, man. It would save the game and it would make it a lot better. And one more thing I'll put to this as well, okay? The reason why Tarkov sucks fucking balls right now when you fight people as well is half of the shit you're dying to is shit you can't control, right? Or someone's cheating. Because I know if I kill someone that's got decent gear next raid, I can grab that shit, which, by the way, is probably 3 mil on the market. Boom, loot this shit. And then also, by the time you don't want a PvP, you can avoid it, bro. You can just avoid the grenades it is when you die. Making a new loadout is horrible. If I could go kill a dude with a fucking if I had a KS-23...
I can't find it, but if you guys watched it until, he did say, if content creation is good by doing ratting or exfil camping, you know something's wrong with game. Something's wrong with the game. I mean, you can think it like that, but I think that's why Tarkov is unique. There is tons of gameplay style, which you might not like. Being exfil camped, I hate it too. But you gotta admit, it's fucking funny. If it happens to someone else than me, it's fucking funny, you know? And also, what was it? Ratting? Exfil camping. Ratting. Or for me, maybe scabbing. I get it. People hate it and everything, but for content creation, it's good. Like it gets a lot of views. I think he's saying that. He said it in some other words, but I think he's saying that content creation by doing ratting or exfil camping gets a lot of views. And it seems like from his vibe of what he's talking, the tones, he really hates that because obviously he's a heavy PvP player, and it's like it's amazing what he does. The the what was it, the parkour and the PvPs he pumps out, and he kind of sounds like this is the majority of the game content creation, but I already kind of like defended the Radar or the Xfil campers because they're really small portion. However, only really small portion of content creators get views, actually. Views or attention. Think about Landmark and Pestily and you, Tigz. I mean, let's not be personal. I mean, like the PvP players, you know? You guys have the almost like 80% of the attention. 80% of the attention. Like the ratting, exfil camping, they barely get the attention, in my opinion. Just like, again, we could check the Twitch browser. Right now, it's not a good time to actually like compare it. But as you can see, I think Shift GG. I don't know all the streamers, but Shift GG, I think he's a PvP player a lot. And Stankred from his name. Okay, we'll just look into the names, guys. We'll just look into the names.
Get a nice dinner tonight.
Wow, holy XCOM. Oh my god, what? Dude, thank you. Thank you for $50, man. Holy shit. Didn't expect that. I was focusing, man. Thank you a lot for that. I will buy a tomahawk sandwich. I mean steak. No, that's too expensive. I'll get some good dinner. Thank you so much, XCOM. I love you, man. No homo. Double no homo. Does that make homo? Anyways, as Enemy Dwarf is saying, Stankred is funny, and yeah, the content creation I think is all based on if people want to watch or not. I think, and even we exclude that part, like again, 80% of the attention is based on the PvP heavy players. You can see that Shift GG or viability, or I don't really know too much, but I don't think Toastrek does like ratting or exfil camping, right? Only like Stankred is the rat guy, and then Hyper Rat. I don't think Hyper Rat rats too, though. Me, maybe Scavin, maybe Scav guy. Like, we barely get the attentions, man. Like, I mean, I don't think he was, like, aiming at me. It kind of sounds like Tigz is aiming at Exfil Camper and Stankred. I'm not sure. Maybe he's aiming at the majority of the content creators who's doing those stuffs, I guess. But I think it's just, like, too much of a big, making it a big deal. It's not like that. Look at the attentions they're getting, you know? Know what I mean? Oh, that's me. Yeah, like, I think I don't agree with that part, what Tigz is saying, you know? Like, the attention portion, first of all, that I don't agree. And second, I think content creation is heavily based on people watching to enjoy it, not like, Giga good player playing. I mean, of course, people love to watch that. That also includes being included in the content creation. Okay, I think I am making it too difficult. And yeah, these are the parts I don't agree with what Tigz said. Oh, I'm tired now. Guys, it's just my opinion. My opinions are not based on facts or anything. I'm just spitting out the stuffs. But I do try to see it from the perspective as third person as much as possible. As I just said, the content creation heavily based on like exfil camping or ratting, it doesn't seem like that in Twitch or also on YouTube. I know Landmark gets... Landmark is just famous also, but we gotta consider about that too. But like, if you see like all the... For me, okay, actually I think it is better to conclude like this. I want to be better at PvP. I want to be better at gaming. It gets tons more views, man. It gets tons more content creation. Dude, think about it. Clapping 50 people in one raid. that one, people will watch it because they are curious if it actually happened, or like people want to check out those good skilled guys. A scabbing guy getting 100 million rubles. I don't think a lot of people will watch it. Only the guy who's like desperate to get money, or like who lost all the fucking money from PvPing. That's like a small portion. Okay? Yeah, I want to be better at the game. And I want to be a PvP heavy user, but I won't be. I'm old as fuck. I have no strength. Good. Stop. No more reviewing. I'm tired as fuck. That took like 2 fucking hours.